Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good week. We have a short trading week as markets are closed for Good Friday today. But December 22 corn was up 21 cents on the week, and November 22 soybeans were up 5 cents. And starting with soybeans, we closed the week at $15 flat on the futures contract. Longer term momentum indicators are starting to turn bullish again, which should help support this contract. Price broke out of a negative trend line in the strength indicators that I mentioned last week. However, it was rejected sharply at that secondary high of 1520, and that actually happened yesterday on Thursday. So kind of a mixed neutral reaction right now. A pullback to short-term support wouldn't be a bad thing to kind of correct some of these strength and money flow indicators in the short term. We rallied over $1 per bushel over the past 9 trading days. So very overbought in the short term. So if we fell down to the 9 and 20-day moving average, about 1478 or so, that would kind of help correct things and cool it off so we can build some energy to move higher in this contract. The soybean chart is improving. I'm still pretty neutral to bullish on it, not as strong as corn, but still has some work to do to show the short-term lows are in. But the CFTC report that I get the managed money data from, that is delayed until Monday, so we'll not have that today. Moving on to corn, we closed the week at $7.36 per bushel. Strength and money flow indicators are extremely overbought. They're very strong, but we would ideally get a pullback here eventually. I have a good support level at $7.17 per bushel. And we're also extremely extended over the 50 and 20-day moving averages. So eventually we have to move back towards those averages. It always happens at some point in time. And I'd really like to see that happen before we get too extended, or at least pull back some and help reset some of these strength and money flow indicators so we can keep moving higher and build healthy support. Local co-ops should be offering close to $7 cash corn for new crops, so it's hard to blame anybody again to start making some small increment sales if those are profitable levels. Should be for almost everybody. At this point, still a very bullish chart. There's really nothing bearish about this chart at all. Again, the CFTC managed money data is not out today. It will be delayed until Monday because of Good Friday. General updates. The USDA lowered Ukrainian exports to 500 million bushels, and actually we should expect more cuts or reductions in that, as well as the port access in the Black Sea area is very poor, and a lot of damage to the infrastructure from the war. Going to take years to get that rebuilt back the way it was. China bought 40 million bushels of corn on Monday and is expected to buy more. The U.S. March inflation reading hit 8.5%, and that was the highest since 1981. So inflation is in full effect, and it's seems like it's going up every month based on the data the government releases. The Biden administration did announce that they will lift E15 restrictions for the summer gas blend. So that could provide another tailwind to corn prices and hopefully will help alleviate some gasoline prices this summer for consumers. Again, this keeps adding more bullish pressure for corn price to keep moving higher, coupled with Chinese demand, the Black Sea issues going on with the war and conflict, and also delayed U.S. planting. We might not be in the fields for another couple weeks yet. Argentina is getting dry. They have a chance of a poorer than expected soybean crop because things got drier pretty quick down there for them. So if that does happen, expect some bullish soybean export pressure for the demand for the U.S. soybeans. That could help soybeans move higher, or definitely at least support prices where they are at. Crude oil rallied roughly 12% after the lows on Monday. They hit somewhere around $94 a barrel and closed yesterday about $107 per barrel on crude oil. So, that was a large rally to end the week. Hopefully, you locked in some fuel or propane needs in the short term if you needed some. Crop insurance, the early plant date for corn was April 5th. Obviously, with the weather, I haven't seen one planter in the field yet. And then the early plant date for soybeans is April 20th. So that is next week. Again, we can't control the weather. So as soon as we can get out there, I'm sure everybody will be rolling. The deadline to report production is April 29th, or to make changes to your APH history. So if there's prior years that you want to review and make sure your guarantees are correct, call us. We'll be happy to go over that with you and make sure you're satisfied with that. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to Larry, Susan, or I. And we want to thank you for your business and hope you enjoy this weekend with your family and have a happy Easter.